I'm allergic to store-bought pineapple, but I'm not allergic to homegrown pineapple. I wonder what they're fertilizing and feeding the pineapple you get from the grocery store. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to start your own pineapple plants and keep them multiplying for years to come. Hi, I'm Debbie. Welcome to my organic garden.
All I have needs, I have not provided.
Before we get started, I've had some requests asking me, how did I make this comfortable house dress out of 2 men's shirts? If you'd like me to show you how, let me know in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. Now let's grow some pineapple. In this video, we're going to talk about how to start your own pineapple plants, whether you have some already growing or whether you need to start with the ones from the grocery store. These are too green. Just too green. This one's okay. This one would have been okay, except that it's got a really bad bruise here. So it may be spoiled on the inside. I love fully ripened pineapple, but so do the critters that roam around at night while I'm sleeping. I suspect it's possums. It could be rats. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this pineapple, even though it's not fully ripe. Even letting it go this far was a little bit of a risk, but I'm going to pick it and let it finish getting ripe in the kitchen. I prefer to use scissors. I've heard you can just twist them off, but since this isn't fully ripe, I'm afraid it's not going to do that, and I don't want to damage this plant because this plant can go ahead and make another pineapple for me next year. I'm going to save the top and replant it for even more pineapples in the years to come. It's been about a week since I picked the first pineapple. This one was picked about 2 days ago. So I'm going to set that one to the side for now and show you the pineapple that I got from the grocery store about 9 days ago. Now I know that's going to be really hard to pick up on the camera, but it has started some roots right there. So what I did was just place it in a bowl of water and not let it dry out. Now, even though the edges of the leaves are dry, if you look down in there, you can see that the plant is still living. So I think this one has a pretty good chance of survival when we go plant it. This one came from my own garden, and of course the pineapple itself was delicious. I don't see any roots starting here, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and plant it today as well. So the way that you get a nice little end piece like that is just simply pick it up and give your pineapple a twist in opposite directions. And if it's really good and ripe, that section is going to come out just like that. Now, the advantage of doing that rather than just cutting it off like I used to do, like this, is if you have possums or other animals roaming around, they could dig up your pineapple plant just to get to the leftover pineapple here. And that has happened to me on several occasions. But I used to plant the whole thing all the way up to right about there. And I normally get about a 75% chance that this top here is going to make a whole new plant. And in about 2 or 3 years, it will be productive. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this back a little bit. unless I can twist it off. No, look how juicy that is. I'm telling you, homegrown pineapple there's nothing like it. Now let's go on outside and let's plant some pineapple. Join me as I garden through the seasons. I'll teach you how to grow lots of veggies, and we'll talk about the real things that happen in real gardens. A couple of weeks ago, I turned this bed over by hand, and then I added a real deep layer of grass that we had mowed. And now I know this bed is ready for the pineapple plants. One of the important things to remember when you're starting your pineapple plants is to not ever let them dry out. And that's why I have such a deep layer of mulch here. Our soil is very sandy here, and it dries out really, really quickly. Now I place them about 2 feet apart from each other. This is the first one that we got from the grocery store. And I did show you that it is still alive down deep. And it may struggle for a little while, but I see some little roots growing here, so I'm pretty confident this one's going to survive. Now you don't want to bury it too deep, but you want to get it deep enough. Make sure that it's getting good contact with the soil around it. Let me show you a close-up of what that looks like. While I'm working, I want to talk about something that I've seen a lot of on YouTube, and that is that you can take this pineapple top and cut it into fourths, and then you have 4 plants. They say it works. I've seen some that looks like it really does work. I tried it once with just cutting them, and they died pretty quick. So you might end up with 4 plants, but you know what? They have to grow a whole new plant out the side. If you plant this is your plant. It doesn't have to grow another plant. And the time between planting and getting a pineapple is shorter too, if you'll just plant the whole thing. Now those grocery store pineapple that I showed you, at this time of year, we get them for somewhere around $2. So why not buy a bunch of pineapple, put some up, can them. I don't recommend freezing them, but they do great canned or dried, and save the tops and plant them. Even if you plant 4, my statistics are you're going to get 3 plants. And within 2 to 3 years, you'll have your own pineapple. I've added 3 plants to my collection, and I have 2 or 3 more that are going to become ripe, and it's going to finish up this bed that I've prepared for it. If you've followed me at all, you know the drill. You've got to water this in. And after I water it in, then I'm going to push this hay, grass, back up around it. But I will be checking it daily to make sure that that sand doesn't dry out. So good. That is so juicy, so sweet. So good.
Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto